Hi guys, welcome to the Father
and Son
Talk Show. Hey, how's everything going? We do apologise for the fact that we haven't done many videos over the last couple of weeks. With Christmas coming and everything else, we've been really busy getting presents and organising ourselves. So we do apologise. We're back. We've got the news. We've also got a rundown of Raw and SmackDown, and of course it's pay-per-view time, Clash of Champions. So we've got obviously our predictions.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the predictions and see who wins the belt.
I think it's going to be me this time. I can feel it.
Well, it is your brand, isn't it? It's the SmackDown
so if I
brand.
lose, it's going to look pretty bad on me, isn't it?
Will do, will do. So we will start off with the news. Welcome back, guys. Right, for the first news article, we're going to talk a little bit about Rich Swann. He's now been officially dropped by the WWE. We don't know how long this is going to be, but he's off all further shows, all in-house shows, and so you know it looks like he's been taken out of the cruiserweight title as well. So that looks pretty bad for him. Obviously, we don't condone what he did. At the end of the day, your fists are there only for
to use on other men in WWE.
Yeah, not on partners or wives, and you won't get into that because you know it's not a nice thing to talk about. But it looks like he has been dropped from the WWE.
Yeah, and it's a big shame to see because you know I reckon he could have had a great career at WWE. You know, he could have been the next cruiserweight championship. You know, he could have been the next winner. Benzo, you never know, and it is a shame to see. And you know, you look at him and you never think he would do that, but you really don't know.
Yeah,
and, you know, that's his on-screen character. You don't know
exactly
how he acts in between.
Like you say, I think Rich Swann was heading for the sort of spot of taking on Enzo for the cruiserweight title, because to me, if it had been anybody else, they just would have put somebody else in it. But they've taken him out and they've done a fatal four-way with a renewed.
Yeah, which we will get on to.
Yeah, we'll get into when we get to
the worst review.
The next news article.
Yeah, it's Y2J. Obviously, we all heard about this a couple of months ago. Y2J versus Kenny Omega. Is it a one-off match?
New Japan. It's their pay-per-view, King of Champions, I think it is. Their pay-per-view match over in Tokyo, and obviously it was a shock to see him turn up.
Yeah.
There was a lot of rumours going around that he was left from WWE, and then everybody was saying that there's no official news that he has left. In the eyes of the WWE,
yeah,
he's still part of their team. He doesn't. He's not actually an active role, but he still is sort of part of the.
Still signed to WWE.
But it isn't a full-time contract. So yeah, he obviously delivered the code breaker to Kenny Omega live on their TV shows.
Yeah.
And it was. I saw the highlights of it. If anybody else hasn't seen it, it looks really good. There's a lot of story on what's going to happen, because obviously Kenny Omega's, late 20s, and obviously Y2J is quite old. He's in his sort of 40s. So they're thinking, because of the viciousness of the actual attack, that he cracked him open with the code breaker. Well, you used the belt to actually sort of cut him open.
Oh, okay.
Well, he actually bled himself. He actually juiced himself. And in Tokyo, in New Japan and most of Tokyo, blading is frowned upon. It doesn't happen as much, sort of at the WWE. We used to WWE.
Yeah, it's very common a long time ago.
They don't bleed a lot now, so it was quite a shock. A lot of fans were shocked to actually see him bleed.
Yeah.
So they reckon it could be either one, a first blood match, or it could just be an out-and-out hardcore match.
Yeah. I think if it is one of those two matches, it's definitely going to get the ratings in New Japan as high as possible, because that's what everyone likes, the hardcore matches, because they want to be wowed, but obviously you've got to be careful, because you don't want to cause long-term injuries. So it will be a really, really good match to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the next one is news about the Raw 25th anniversary show. It looks like the old duo of JR, Jim Ross, and Jerry Lawler, the King, are going to reunite.
Yeah.
Now, anybody who's played the games will just like sort of be in awe of this, because the games, the old-fashioned games with JR and Jerry the King Lawler, they're you know, JR was a god amongst the like.
Everyone loves JR.
Oh, he was brilliant. He was
good
all-round colour commentator.
Yeah.
So to bring him back for the
it's going to be really, really nice, and it's going to be quite nostalgic
Mm.
seeing him back there, especially with, you know, Jerry the King Lawler. It's going to be really nostalgic, but you know, it's going to be nice to see. And like you said, it's nice to see that they've done this because, you know, it's going to be a big show in Raw's history, and to have, you know, the commentators that were there pretty much, you know,
from the beginning. Maybe.
From the beginning, it's really good to see. And obviously, Jerry the King Lawler being an ex-wrestler, it's really quite nice to see that they've done this.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's going to be fun to see if they actually start the show or if they're brought in.
Yeah.
I would like to see them actually start the show off and just say to the other three commentators, just step aside for today.
Yeah. Just take it off.
Yeah. Who knows what will happen? This is the big question. Like, is it going to be that they come in halfway through the match? Is it going? I hope pray it doesn't, because it would be nice to see them actually do the whole entire show and not just come back for the main event or anything like that. Because
or have Cole, Corey Graves, Booker T, and then Jerry the King Lawler and Jim Ross on the end, like they've done in some. That wouldn't be as good.
I don't know, because if they do that, I think it's going to show up the others.
Yeah.
It really will show them up, because Michael Cole isn't the best.
Yeah.
I think JR will end up like sort of correcting all of Jerry's.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah, and if they do start the show and Michael Cole's nowhere near, that'll be amazing for people that do not like Michael Cole. I'll be so pleased with that, because you won't hear any rubbish commentating, which will be nice, and, you know, some mistakes. Maybe him and Alicia Fox trade talks of where to make mistakes.
Oh, could be, yeah.
Maybe Alicia Fox trains him to speak, and Michael Cole trains Alicia Fox to fight in the ring.
Oh, well, yeah. No, I can't. She's not that bad, but she just misses certain things that obviously have been set up. So that was the news, and now we're going to get on to the Raw review. Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to go straight into the Raw review, where we started the show with the Shield in the ring, cutting a promo.
Yeah.
And then Samoa Joe came out and started to mouth off and tell them, you know, exactly what it was, what they were like. And that sparked up the bar to come down, and then we had basically, for the most of the night, we had Shield versus Samoa Joe and the Bar in single competition. Each of those were taking on a single competitor. So that might mean, are we going to see Samoa Joe, the Bar versus the Shield at Raw's next pay-per-view?
Yeah, which is what I reckon you will, because the one I've hyped this up to not have it, it just seems pointless, because, you know, if you want the Shield to have a match together, which everyone wants, because everyone thinks the Shield's awesome, you've got to have two, like you said, for example, you've got to have a tag team and another competitor. So I think it's obvious it's going to happen.
Yeah, obviously with The Miz taking time off for Maurice to have her baby, it seems only fitting that Samoa Joe steps in, because obviously then you can have Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe down the line, and then obviously you've got Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose to take on a Bar for hopefully the tag team belts.
Yeah, I reckon that WrestleMania is going to be the end of the Shield. I think that's where they're going to call it quits.
Possibly,
and that's when one of them turns, and I think I already know who's going to turn.
Do you think?
I think Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, I think it's been rumoured, it's been leaked, definitely.
Yeah,
I think when Dean Ambrose split from the split from the Shield and was kind of like this like maniac. I thought that gimmick was quite good. So to bring that back, I think he was, you know, and he will be good. And when he actually did split from the Shield, I think he was the one that probably done the best.
Yeah.
Well,
when everything was happening and the Shield was going through their like sort of stages of the early stages, everybody thought that it was going to be Dean Ambrose that broke away because he seemed more of a heel character than anybody else. But obviously they thought Seth Rollins was going to be the main person. But we'll have to see. And then we had there was a fatal four-way to determine who was going to take the place of Rich Swann. That was it was a good thing to do because obviously it doesn't just leave it now up in the air. It's got to obviously know who's going to take his place, and it was Cedric Alexandra. So they've swapped one guy for another guy. Really, you know, they've just made another place. You know, they are very similar in their wrestling styles. They're both same stature. So I think it was the best position for them to put Alexandra in it. It's better than having another person from the Zoe train because at the moment you've got like, so I think it's going to be, is it Gulak?
Yeah, it's Drew Gulak
and Cedric Alexander.
So
you know, it's a good.
I think they've only put Drew Gulak in it because they want Cedric Alexander to be the new champion. So you know, he's just gonna. I reckon it'll be like a little squash match. And he's just gonna, you know, pin. But then again, they can have an upset and Drew Gulak could take it.
That's
I
true.
think he would be a pretty good champion. I could see him being a good champion.
It would split up the Zoe train a little bit,
completely.
cause a little bit of rift
It would be
between them.
quite good because I think he'd be a good champion. But it's all depending on what WWE want to do and where to see the cruiserweight.
Well, there is stories. We haven't actually spoke about this on the news, but there is a lot of stories about a British guy coming into NXT, and that is Rockstar Spud. My words out. He's an NXT lad that's coming up. NXT. A TNA bloke who recently has been dropped by them due to the fact that they want to try and cut back on their money. They want to save as much as they can. So he's looks like he's going to go to the cruiserweight division. There's also Teo
Thomas.
Yeah, thank you.
you can say all the names you can't pronounce. I do it for you.
That's it. You can say them. He's moving up to the cruiserweight division as well, so it would be good to see. You know, there's a lot of people coming up into that, so they haven't stopped with the cruiserweight.
No, they're still pushing it.
They're still pushing it, and there's also rumours. I don't know if you saw. There's rumours about a mixed tag teams. So you have a man and a woman taking on a man and a woman in tag teams. That's going to be the last half an hour of SmackDown.
And both Kurt Angle and I think it's Daniel Bryan. Decided on their teams. I think it's quite nice to bring that back because that's again a very nostalgic thing that hasn't happened in a very long time.
They used to do loads.
And if you think about it now, you know, over the years you didn't really have powerful women wrestlers, so we couldn't really do it. But now you've got the likes of Nia Jax, most notably. You've also got Tamina. I think Charlotte's quite powerful. You know, she's quite tall.
You got Ruby Riott.
Ruby Riott as well. You've got a lot of these kind of MMA style wrestlers coming in, so you know they could always take on
It's well, I think it will be a case of the woman tags in, the other woman tags in.
It won't be like...
The good thing about it is obviously you've got a lot of women in there who have got partners in there, so you could have Jay or Jimmy Uso it's going out with.
No, mate. Well, they're actually married.
One of them. But one of them's going out.
I think it's Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think it's Jimmy.
So you could have you could even have John Cena come back and wrestle with us. You could have Miz and Maurice down the line when she's had a baby. Obviously, she's not going to be wrestling yet. That was good. And then moving on, we had the promo of the night, and I loved it. You thought it went on a little bit too long.
Yeah, it was good, but it just went on too long. I just got kind of bored. It was good at the start, but then when they just started laughing, I was like, there's no point in this, you're just laughing. They kept on swapping between, it was just pointless.
I like the way they were swapping between each other's because, you know, the like, you know, it's not one case of like him doing the promo, it was different. That was the thing about Matt Hardy, or Broken Matt, or Woken Matt now.
Yeah.
He's different. It is crazy, and I'd like to see the whole of the what it's now be called the Woken universe.
Yeah.
I would like to see them all come back. He's got his wife, he's got his butler, Senor Benjamin. It's also had his little baby in it as well. He was like sort of in on the like. So he wasn't obviously wrestling, but he was part of the character line. So it would be good in the end to have the whole Woken universe back. Bray, on the other hand, I don't know what they're going to do with him now.
After this rivalry, I think this rivalry will come to an end at Royal Rumble, and then I don't know what they're going to do with Bray.
But the thing is, are they going to bring the Bludgeon Brothers back and have Bray with the Bludgeon Brothers, or what?
I know the Bludgeon Brothers do better on their own.
They're on SmackDown, aren't they?
Yeah, they're on SmackDown. But I think they're doing better on their own.
Yeah.
So
unless they bring someone else into Bray's camp, they could bring up. They could bring up authors of pain, possibly.
Yeah, you could. That would be quite good, actually.
Yeah, that could be a possible thing.
But then again, if you have 3 wrestlers, who are you going to have to wrestle against them?
Yeah.
You know, you could have the Shield, but obviously, again, the Shield, people are going to get a little bit bored with the Shield, and then also WWE are going to want to split them up sometime.
Sooner or later.
So, you know, you could probably have them versus the Usos, the Usos, the New Day come back onto Raw, or
possibly
they go over to SmackDown. But, you know, you never know. I think, if they want to keep this idea of having 3 wrestlers, just bring in a 3 wrestlers.
3 wrestlers, what we spoke about before, 3-man belt.
Why not?
You do that, and you've got like sort of so much you can go for, you know, and it'll break up the Raw and SmackDown because obviously at the moment you've got 2 tag teams on SmackDown and you've got 2 tag team, you know, a tag team of 2 on Raw. Yeah. But if you turned it around and you says, right, the 3-men tag belts will be on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Everybody then goes on to Raw who wants to go to Raw.
Yeah.
Anybody who like sort of wants to get another tag team partner and become a three-piece. Well, it makes it different, makes it enjoyable. So we'll have to see.
And you know, the whole idea is the brands are supposed to be split.
Yeah.
So then, you know, have another reason why the brands are split. Yeah. Have different belts. You know.
You can even have like a women's champion on Raw, and then on SmackDown you can have the women's tag team title because that is an actual thing. The women's tag team in the WWE is an official belt. Yeah. They have had it for a long time.
Yeah, and why not bring like some retro belts back? You know, from back. You know, you could have retro tag team belts on. You know, if you think the old tag team belts, you could have 3 of them on SmackDown or something like that.
Yeah, that's possibly it.
Bring some retro belts back.
Well, with the Clash of Champions pay-per-view coming up, they have done a pay-per-view video where all the old classic belts are back, and you've had, I don't know if you've seen it as well, there's been a lot of pictures with all the current wrestlers.
Yes, I have the
retro belts.
Yeah,
you got the women's belt.
And then you had Finn Balor, you had Braun Strowman.
Yeah, that was good. That was
I saw that on Instagram. Yeah,
because obviously I've been WWE from a young age. Probably about your age when I started getting into it, and I'm classic for the winged WWE belt was the best belt. Anyway, then we get on to the main event. It was Kane versus Braun Strowman. Obviously, the last time this happened, they ended up going through the ring. Yeah. So it was a big thing about hyping up, about trying to make sure that the ring stood up, that it didn't like sort of fall down again, that that it was well enforced, that it would stand up to these big monsters in the ring. And
that kind of annoys me when they do that. Like,
I know.
You know, it's pointless because you know it ain't going to happen if they keep on hyping up. So
yeah.
They should just say, the ring has been, fully maxed out. There's no way they can, and just leave it as that.
Yeah.
Not go on about it every single time.
Yeah. It was a good match. Both of them work well together. Braun Strowman's obviously over so much. It's the crowd pops so much for him, and it's the crowd who have created this fan favourite, if you will, because obviously the WWE had him set to be a rule breaker. They brought him in as a rule breaker, and it just shows you that if the fans love somebody, it doesn't matter how much the WWE want to turn it around. The fans will still cheer him, and they go, "Well, we'll have to do this."
Yeah, because as soon as his music hits, you can hear the crowd go crazy.
Exactly. So that was the Raw review. We will be back with the SmackDown review later.
Hello and welcome to the SmackDown review, the better review. So obviously this week's SmackDown, or the SmackDown just gone, it started by AJ opening the show, the WWE champion opening the show, and his challenger for his title, Jinder Mahal, came down to the ring. Obviously, he's defending his title against Jinder Mahal this Sunday at Clash of Champions. And it started off with AJ talking to the audience a little bit, and then Jinder Mahal obviously came down. And then there was a bit of a twist in the storylines, wasn't there? And it actually started a couple of weeks ago when Jinder Mahal kind of turned his back on the Singh brothers and
tapped him in the ring.
Yeah, and I thought that was the end for the Singh brothers. And
I think we both thought that the Singh brothers were going to be the next ones to get fired.
Yeah, I thought that as well, and because if you think about it, if WWE decided to do that, they couldn't do much. So, they'd just be kicked out like James Ellsworth, really.
Yeah. Or drop them down to NXT, or even put them on the cruiserweights.
Yeah, or you could just have them form a tag team, but I guess they probably wouldn't do very well, would they?
No,
they won't get any. They won't get much. They'll probably just be squash matches, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
For a couple of competitors. But anyway, so the twist that happened was. The Singh brothers actually helped. Well, obviously
wanted to help.
Yeah, they wanted to help AJ beat up on Jinder Mahal. So AJ started off with beating up Jinder Mahal, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then the Singh brothers went to AJ and actually offered to help, beat up Jinder Mahal. And this was quite surprising when it first happened, because the Singh brothers are supposed to be Jinder Mahal's little sidekick. So what's going to happen at Clash of Champions? Are the Singh brothers going to turn on Jinder and let AJ Styles retain it, or is it going to be the way around?
But don't forget as well, you also had Jinder Mahal bring up the fact that, and this is very rare as well, because obviously with their European tour, the tour of India, they actually had video footage and stills of the Singh brothers coming down to the ring the weekend. So obviously on Thursday night SmackDown, AJ brought up the picture of them actually Tuesday night, bringing up the picture of the Singh brothers still accompanying him to the ring a couple of days ago. So
accompanying Jinder?
Yeah, accompanying Jinder. So they're they actually brought the house shows into the actual reality of the program. Because obviously, we've seen where teams have split. In Easy One with what's his name now, with Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder, they have actually split on house shows. They've actually feuded on house shows, but it's never actually been shown on TV.
They just wanted to tease it with and see how the WWE audience would actually think about it. But that was quite shocking to see kind of Singh brothers get their revenge on Jinder Mahal. So it's the big question of what's going to happen this Sunday or tomorrow even for us. So moving on, you had the first of SmackDown's match, which was Ruby Riott, of the leader of the Riott Squad, the second kind of three female competitors that have moved up from NXT to a main brand, quite like Absolution on Raw. And it was Ruby Riott versus Charlotte Flair, so the women's champion. I think if Charlotte Flair successfully defends her title against Natalya, which I think she will. I reckon they might give the
Ruby
next
Riott.
shot to Ruby Riott. I reckon.
Yeah.
So I think all the audience really do like the Riott Squad and Ruby Riott. So that, you know, I reckon she'll be the next challenger. And obviously, you know, you did have Ruby Riott's little companions. You had Sarah Logan and what's the other one? Liv
Morgan.
Yes, that's it. Liv Morgan. So you know,
sense.
obviously, you know, there's always, when you have more than your opponent, there's always going to be something.
Right, yeah. Look at New Day. The New
Yeah.
Day was doing it for like sort of months and years before they were like getting involved in matches to retain belts and retain tag teams. So.
Yeah, and so the winner of that match was actually Charlotte due to disqualification by the Riott Squad, which was obviously quite obvious they were going to get disqualified. But you know, I reckon the Riott Squad have made a better kind of groove and better progress on SmackDown rather than Absolution. I don't really like Absolution on Raw. That's not me being biased, but I don't really like them. I think Riott Squad are better.
Yeah.
I think we have the better wrestlers.
I do like the Riott Squad because obviously, you know, you've got Paige who has messed around the WWE with everything that's been going on. So.
Definitely. And yeah, so after that match you had Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. So rather than see Dolph Ziggler still on the scene at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on because obviously he's also in the US belt. He's also in that. So
yeah, this Sunday.
I don't know if he has still got a contract. If he signed a new one, he keeps on talking about the WWE, saying that he'd like to move away from it.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe after WrestleMania, it might be his final farewell. I'm just going to give it away. I don't see him winning it. I think he's just in there under triple threat rules, so you know something can happen.
I think it might
come down.
Bobby Roode, I think. But
yeah,
we'll get onto the predictions in a bit.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, the match started off obviously with Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler, and you did have Bobby Roode on the commentators.
That's right, yeah.
On panel with Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, and Tom Phillips.
Yes.
Yep. And you know, when you have that, something's going to happen. It's obvious. The wrestlers aren't just out there to watch them. So you knew something was going to happen, and it did happen. Baron Corbin, Bobby Roode. Yes, Bobby Roode actually decided to introduce himself into the match, which I thought was quite rude.
He was very rude.
What a pun! I'm the pun king. So yeah, Bobby Roode introduced himself into the match, obviously. So he did actually give a glorious DDT to Dolph Ziggler, and then Corbin tried a choke slam on Bobby Roode. He comes in and then he hits a glorious DDT to Baron Corbin, and then if you think about it, Bobby Roode was the last man standing. Will that happen this Sunday? Who knows? But yeah, obviously the winner of the match was no one due to disqualification.
A lot of disqualifications going on.
Definitely, yeah.
SmackDown can't get it.
What?
No, there you are.
Anyway, moving on. The next match we had was the Bludgeon Brothers. Obviously, they burst onto the scene as just Eric Rowan and
Luke Harper.
Luke Harper, yes. And I think they're doing well so far. They've had a lot of squash matches, obviously, because you know they haven't.
But that's the best way to bring him in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's no use bringing him in against a tag team like the Usos or New Day, anybody who's like sort of big, because it'll make them look silly. Yeah. That's why on our Facebook page I actually mentioned, should WWE bring back the jobber, because I think their jobber should be there for new talent and talent that are like sort of stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Bring them back for that and have them like sort of just get squashed. Yeah. That's the perfect way to bring it back.
Definitely. Yeah. And you know, you don't even know, because they might bring back these jobbers, and you know, WWE could see something in these jobbers and think, actually, she done really well. Yeah. Why not try her in the Performance Centre, bring her up to NXT, and then bring her up to the main roster.
Yeah.
You'd never know. So
like this tag team of like sort of Joe and Colin, they like sort of did their job. They came in, they got smashed, blitzed, dropped down, and everything else. So you know that was good for them.
Yeah, obviously everyone knew it. It was going to happen very, very soon. But again, the Bludgeon Brothers were just too destructive. And I think if they keep doing this the way they're doing it, the Bludgeon Brothers,
the title shots.
Yeah, they definitely will. Whether they will take the titles, I reckon they will get a title shot soon. But it's depending on what happens this Sunday with the SmackDown tag titles across the champions. It all depends. You know, if they do win it, then if the Usos do retain it, then maybe the Bludgeon Brothers could be the new tag team champs. But you know, if you think about it like chronological order, the Shelton Benjamin, Chad Gable are the rightful contenders to win it, really. But then after that, you had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn occupy SmackDown, movement is here. It's very much like the Yes movement that Daniel Bryan done. And I've obviously done this because Daniel Bryan is SmackDown's GM. Yeah,
and there's this like sort of at the moment you're thinking to yourself, well, we'll get into it on the like sort of Raw view at the Clash of Champions review prediction. Sorry. Yeah. And you know, obviously there's this storyline going on in the background of like sort of you've got Daniel Bryan and you've got Shane McMahon. Yeah. And you've got these two like sort of seem to be butting heads a little bit. The camaraderie isn't there anymore with them two. They do seem to be at each other's heads a little bit. So
yeah, who knows what will happen with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in the future?
I think they'll be here.
Yeah, definitely. The audience do love it. Do love them both, but it's if WWE can find a place for them to go, you know. They need to definitely get Sami Zayn back on the tracks, or Sami Zayn's going to walk out. He will walk out. He's better, you know. He should deserve chances. And it's unfortunate to see, but the Guardian Angels, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, occupy SmackDown, and they obviously cut the promo. And I think what's going to happen in the future is you're going to have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. We all know Daniel Bryan is cleared to wrestle again by every doctor on the blooming earth. Every doctor on the earth.
That guy has gone to every single doctor in America.
Yes.
To get the pink slip to say yes, I can wrestle.
There's nothing wrong with him. I don't know what WWE are doing. Maybe they're teasing it. Maybe they just want to be extra careful with him. Who knows? But I think he will be. If he does it, if we don't see him in the WWE ring soon, WWE are going to lose him, and then he's going to go to the Independence League. Maybe
go to Ring of Honor.
Yeah, definitely
go to Ring of Honor. He wouldn't go to TNA.
No, TNA won't be able to pay
his wage. No, he'd want something. He'd want
it very, very high. Yeah. So that's what I think is going to happen. Very, very soon, and which was quite funny. Obviously, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn introduced the Yep movement to Daniel Bryan, which was quite funny. You never know, you might have the Yep movement kind of fill SmackDown like the Yes movement did on Raw. Yeah, I think it was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, about
when
2 years ago.
Yeah, when he had the whole like WWE universe come out in yes shirts, and you know the whole universe screaming yes, which I
think that's what their plan was. But they thought like sort of instead of being a copycat version, they'd like sort of going around giving like sort of flyers out to everybody. Here's go and join us in the Yep movement. And then obviously they like sort of got in the ring finally and said, "Come on everybody, Phil, come on down to the ring." And nobody came down to the ring except for Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. So that was quite good to see.
Yeah, and after that promo was cut by the Guardian Angels, if you will. It was another match, and it was Aiden English and Rusev. Obviously, these have formed quite a tag team over the recent weeks on SmackDown, haven't they? My feeling on this, I don't really like them as a tag team. you have a different.
I like
you,
him as
you really like
I like him as a tag team.
Yeah.
They're quite funny. Rusev, he's quite funny out of like, sort of character. He's quite funny.
Yeah.
Especially when I don't know if anybody's seen that video, that photo of him cutting the grass in his pants. We're not talking boxer shorts. We're talking speedo pants.
Oh God.
Speedo pants. Yes.
Yeah, very gross. So yeah, you had Aiden English and Rusev versus the Usos. Again, maybe English and Rusev might get a title shot soon as well.
Yeah,
depending on how long WWE want to keep them together. And they seem to go over pretty well with the audience, don't they?
Yeah.
And the universe. So that might happen. But quite surprisingly, actually, Rusev and English were the winners of that match. So again, if you beat the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, you've definitely got to be in running.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, they are in the sort of tag team main event on the Clash of Champions. So it always makes me laugh when you see because it's obviously the go home show before the actual Clash of Champions, and you sometimes see things like say for instance Bobby Roode getting the last win, or the last laugh. Obviously, then they think to themselves, "Well, we gave you the glory spots, and now we're going to take that away from you."
Yeah.
And the actual Clash of Champions.
Yeah.
So I'm not going for Rusev and Aiden English to win the belts, because obviously they got the win over the Usos, so I don't think they're going to win it.
Yeah, you might have that. But yeah, moving on to the last match, and this was the main event. It was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens. Obviously, this is one half of the second tag team match that will be on the Clash of Champions pay-per-view. Obviously, it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Orton and Nakamura, who have joined forces to hopefully beat the crap out of this tag team, the Guardian Angels. Hopefully they do beat the absolute crap out of them. But you don't know. You might have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn actually come out.
I think they're going to win. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I'm putting my money on them because...
we're betting on this? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay,
I think they're going to win because I can't... Because they've actually said that they're not just going to go from SmackDown, they're going to go from the whole WWE, so they won't be turning up on Raw.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to win.
So yeah, you had a very busy match, loads of action during the match, and you had to have something happen. There wasn't just going to be a disqualification or something rubbish. But Daniel Bryan, good old Daniel Bryan, comes down. He gets up and he takes the referee's shirt and puts it on, which is quite funny. Isn't Daniel Bryan the special guest referee?
He's one of them, yes. There's two referees. There's going to be Shane first. He was announced, or he announced himself. And then Daniel Bryan says, to make it fair, to make it's not going to be dodgy or anything like that, I will be the second guest referee. So now he's the guest referee.
Or what? Are they going to have two referees in the ring?
I don't. It's
or
going to
be like clumsy. A steel cage where there's going to be like one ref on the outside.
I think there'll be one out on the outside and one inside.
Yeah, because then you could have some arguments between those two, and then again it could spot another rivalry, or a rivalry with a GM and the commissioner. Who knows? But Nakamura avoids the powerbomb, and then Sami Zayn gets in the ring. Oh, everybody's getting in the ring. Surprising Shane didn't get in the ring. Yeah. But Sami Zayn gets in the ring and he argues with Daniel Bryan. And then out of nowhere, just literally out of nowhere, guess who comes? No, Randy Orton, the Viper Randy Orton. Who thought it? Randy Orton.
You wouldn't have thought that.
No, definitely.
I would have thought to be at home having a bubble bath.
Yeah, definitely. So Randy Orton attacks Sami Zayn and he goes to the floor. So Sami Zayn actually with a thumb to the eye. Whew, that poor eye. Randy won't be seeing out of that for a couple of days, will he? So he does send Randy Orton into the ring post, and then Nakamura, silly Nakamura, he gets distracted by Sami Zayn, and then Owen comes up with a pop-up powerbomb for the 3 count, and then Kevin Owens wins the match. So if you think about it, Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura could lose due to the chemistry they have. This is the first time they're tagging with each other, or probably second time since they were on the SmackDown Survivor Series team together. And obviously Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn know each other a lot better, so you could have a clash between those two, which makes them lose the match.
Yeah, very true.
But yeah, that was the SmackDown review for this week. Now we'll go on to the predictions for Clash of Champions. See you there.
Hi guys, welcome back. Right, we're going to go straight into our predictions of Clash of Champions, and this baby's up for grabs.
Yep.
So we'll go straight in, and this is being announced as the kickoff show.
Yep.
It is the final in-ring of Mojo versus Zack Ryder. This has been like sort of obviously been brewing for a long time now.
Yeah, this is where the rivalry kind of, or the end of the hype rose is finished. This is where it dies, and this will see who the strongest competitor is. Yeah, out of the two.
Well, they've always been saying that Zack Ryder was going to like sort of turn, but I honestly thought it was going to be Mojo. That I put my money on him big time. Because, we thought that he was going to be the better. Zack Ryder's obviously a little bit more mature now.
Yeah.
He's not the youngest in the world, and obviously Mojo's a little bit younger than him. So I think I'm putting my money on Mojo. Here and there, putting it on.
You're saying Mojo?
I'm going to go for Mojo. Mojo to win.
Mojo Rawley to win. And yeah, I'm going to agree with you. There's no way about it, because if you think about it, who has more of a career? Who's already had a career in WWE? Who hasn't? Zack Ryder has, and he's had a great career in WWE. So I think we all know Mojo Rawley's going to win. I just hope they do something good with him. I hope they just don't, let him win this match and then just forget about him, just leave him in the dust.
Yeah.
Because I think he could be quite a good competitor when he's on. Because he does look very strong, and he's definitely going to be a force. It's
like with the kickoff shows, you've got people arguing it always, saying that some people saying it's a bad thing, that they shouldn't be on a kickoff show. But a kickoff show, if a kickoff show is good and it's a good hard match, then it's done its job. Yeah. People have seen that kickoff show, because that kickoff show is usually on social media, Facebook. It's also on YouTube. So it's one of those parts that will always excite people and get them to sort of pick up the phone and ring and subscribe to the network for £9.99. So yeah, I'm going to go for that.
Look. Okay, so moving on to the next match, you have the Who Be versus Breezango. Obviously, you have Tyler Breeze and Fandango, and obviously they are the Fashion Files together. And obviously this big, the Fashion Files kind of TV series WWE doing. I think everyone pretty much knows 2B is the Bludgeon Brothers by now. So it's going to be actually quite interesting to see the context of this match and actually see what happens, whether it's just going to be a fight or there's going to be a hidden mystery to the murder. Or sorry, to both of them getting beaten off.
Well, wasn't the hobby horse got murdered?
Oh yes,
very true. Murder. It's good to see. It's a shame that the Fashion Files has now been moved off the actual programming. It's now going to be on the WWE network. Well, network stroke online at WWE.com. Another plug. Okay, WWE.
They've got a now.
So this was a good thing. Yeah, it's good to finally see these two go at it, because we know that it's been building for that.
Yeah.
And I would be silly to sort of go with Breezango, even though I think they're really funny and everything. But I think it's going to be the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, again.
They haven't brought him in as this defiant team to then sort of have him lose to Breezango. It's a shame because I do like Breezango, and I thought they were going to like sort of be tag team champions a couple of years ago. But,
yeah.
well, a couple of months ago.
I agree with you. I think Breezango, they're hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because, you know, WWE at the moment are just seeing them as a comedy act. And I don't agree. I think they're
enjoying it.
great. Yeah, definitely enjoying it, but I think they'd rather, I don't know, would they rather wrestle? I think they'll do a bit of both, and I think that's what WWE give them, and that's why I hope they'll give them, because I think they're both still two very talented wrestlers you've got.
The problem that's happening at the moment with the WWE is they seem to be sticking with the formula that works, and that is Usos versus New Day, and we always see it. So I think like now we should like look at the talent that's in there. There's loads more coming up because you've got NXT stars coming up, tag team stars. You've got the rumours of I was just thinking about them now. I've like sort of lost track of it. But the Revival, they're now like sort of on the mend. So there's rumours of them coming back, but we don't know if they're coming back into WWE Raw or SmackDown. But
you've also got like the Authors of Pain possibly coming up soon from NXT. Yeah. You've also got the tag team or the NXT tag team champion at the moment, possibly coming up. Possibly Sanity. You could have Sanity come up very soon. I agree with you. The Bludgeon Brothers are just going to win it. There's no way about it. You know, they want to try and make the Bludgeon Brothers look as powerful as possible. So you know, to not have them win on their first pay-per-view is a bit silly.
Well, yeah.
So I think the Bludgeon Brothers are definitely going to win it. And so that's 2 matches we've gone.
I hope to God they don't do anything silly with Breezango. Because you remember the pay-per-view where they had him come out in dressed up as cleaners and mechanics and everything like that.
Have them come out as their normal clothes or like the fashion boy clothes they have, which would be good. But moving on to the next match.
Yeah, it's the Tag Team Championship.
Four-way.
I love four-ways. Sounds a bit wrong, that does. I love four-ways. I think they're really good. It gets the extra like sort of wrestler in there. It gets the extra team. We all know that like sort of that not all 4 teams are going to like sort of win it. So it gets them on the pay-per-view. Yeah. It gives them the actual payday.
Yeah, it gives them something to sit at home.
We've got the Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, and then we've got the New Day. Whichever one that is going to be.
Yeah.
I reckon it could be Woods versus Woods and Big E.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I reckon it'll be Woods and Big E as well.
And then Rusev and Aiden English, two that I like. I can't see them winning the tag team.
Oh yeah, it's too early for them.
But I could see Chad and Benjamin.
Oh God!
The reason why is Benjamin's come back, and I don't think they're going to allow him to like sort of just fester. I don't think it'd be a long championship reign for him. But I reckon I'm putting my money on them. I'm going to go out on a limb.
Yeah, there was something I actually saw on Instagram not too long ago. It was on Sean Benjamin's Instagram, and it's when he left WWE and he was seriously injured, and to read the journey he's been through is quite sad actually.
Yes,
and, it's quite an emotional thing to see what he's gone through, and to see him back at WWE is fantastic, especially with Chad Gable, up and coming star. It's absolutely fantastic.
Well, that was their chemistry. WWE did it for so many years, and it worked. Look at all the like sort of famous ones. You had like not JR. What's his name? John Lathan Bradshaw.
John. JBL.
JBL, that's it. Yeah, JBL. He was tagged up with Ron Simmons, another classic wrestler. It always works. Stick a young kid with a mature wrestler, and he will flourish because they know what to. They know how to. Progress them, they know how to teach them what to do, the etiquettes of tag team championship and wrestling, so it's good to see that.
But I think This is the third time in a row we've gone with the same person. I'm also going with Chad Gable.
Don't forget, if it's a draw, it's mine.
I know, but things happen. Things will change when we get onto the pay-per-view, I am sure. But yeah, I do see Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin winning. They do deserve it, and I'm getting really bored of the Usos being champions now. I'm really bored.
I don't want New Day to do it because
but
it's just going to be another Uso versus New Day.
They're too boring, and you need some fresh champions. You know, they've been champions for a long time now. The 4-time was it 5-time champs? No, I think 4, isn't it, or 5?
I think so.
4 or 5. But anyway, the 4 or 5-time champs. So you know, just let someone else have it. Why not? And just let them have a bit of time off. Just let them sit around in the back and just have matches on SmackDown, and then maybe let them challenge for it. A couple months later on. So yeah, that's a prediction for that match. But moving on to the next match, you have a 3-way this time. So there's a 4-way, a 3-way. Woo! This pay-per-view is just getting even better and better, isn't it?
It's just a complete orgy.
So the United States Championship, it's Baron Corbin, obviously the champion at the moment, versus the challenger Bobby Roode.
Or as the WWE keep on putting him up on their social media ways, Booby Rude.
Very true. I bet that's so embarrassing for him to see his wrestler's name is Booby Rude. Booby Rude. I can't believe someone hasn't pronounced it wrong. Like Michael Cole's probably thank God he isn't on SmackDown because he would pronounce that wrong every time. Versus Dolph Ziggler, and I think this is going to be one hell of a glorious match. Don't you agree?
It's going to be glorious.
Definitely. I am puntastic today. So yeah, I think this is going to be a very good match. You've got two fairly newish competitors, Baron Corbin and Bobby Roode versus a kind of I'm trying to think the word.
More mature wrestler.
Yeah, a more mature wrestler.
Yeah, Ziggler's been in it for he's been in a long time.
Yeah.
Early 2000s he was in it because he was in the Spirit Squad.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be a really good match.
Baron Corbin, I have he made mistakes, but he's won his
well, that's what everyone does, don't they?
Yeah, of course we do.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Obviously now he's doing well with the US belt. He looks good with it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he should have a hair versus hair match. Shave his bald head. Look, that's I don't have comb overs. That's baldness, okay? I have it. I love it. This is bald. I don't cover it over with hair or grow it. And anyway, we'll get back onto the match.
It's all depending what Baron Corbin wants to do. If he wants to go, I think he'll look a bit stupid bold because I would think he'll look like the disabled guy from Little Britain.
He could look like a skinny Big Show.
Yeah, I think he'll look like the disabled guy from Little Britain.
Yeah,
don't you think?
Yeah.
Like his big bald head. God, he should really show that he's really badly receiving.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have on with Ziggler because Ziggler's been, Ziggler's quite a. He's quite a nostalgic wrestler, isn't he?
Yeah.
He would like to have a match like that, I reckon. But yeah, moving on to the actual prediction. I don't think the title's going to change hands. I'm pointing it out there. I think Baron Corbin's going to take it still because I don't think they're ready to let him lose it yet. I think this I don't know. WWE just like to have as many men as they can. Maybe Vince likes to have as many men as he can in one ring, all touching each other, so he can touch himself at home. I don't know, but that's what Vince likes to do. So I think that's why they've done this as a triple threat match. Or something happens as in Baron Corbin, smacks them both over the head with a chair, and then he pins them. Yeah. You can't get yourself
No, you can't. It's not
under triple threat rules, so something like that could happen. But yeah, I've gone for Baron Corbin because I think it's too early for him to lose the title at the moment, and after this is over, you could then have Bobby Roode to challenge him for it alone.
Well, I think it's gonna. I love boobies, and Booby Roode is my man, so I'm gonna go with Bobby Roode.
to take it. Okay.
To take it, because I think he deserves like sort of a belt now.
Yeah, he's
been in it for a long time, so
yeah,
I think it's going to be Bobby Roode, and then you can have like sort of the rubber match, Bobby Roode, Baron Corbin chasing for the belt, or you could even have Dolph Ziggler like sort of.
One last hurrah before WrestleMania, or he
yeah.
loses it again at WrestleMania to Roode or Corbin or something like that.
Yeah, on to the next one is the women's match.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we've still got a Money in the Bank.
Yes, Carmella is still there. Money in the Bank. So this could be the time where she could cash it in, because if you think Clash of Champions, there would be a proper Clash of Champions if she cashed it in. You know, there'd be a clash between Charlotte.
Well, yeah, because both of them are champions. Both of them have been champions. If she cashes in on Charlotte and takes the belt off her, it'll be, I've beaten 2 champions in one night. Yeah,
and you know that could happen. But what I don't want WWE to have is what they've done with CM Punk, and have him keep it up, or have her, keep it to WrestleMania, because it just kind of dies it down. Because you really want her to come out, run down, and just grab the title. That's what everyone wants to see. Yeah. So if they drag it on too long, they're just going to get boring, and people will forget about it. So I think either now or Royal Rumble would be the perfect time for her to cash it in. Maybe Royal Rumble a little bit better because it's a... Oh, actually, that's a Raw pay-per-view, isn't it?
I think Rumble's going to be a mixed.
So yeah,
I think Raw has got a pay-per-view coming up just after the New Year, and then I think Royal Rumble's in February. I think I'm not putting money down on it. I can't remember at the moment.
Okay, but I think again it's a perfect time for Carmella to cash very soon. I think, and I just don't want them to keep it on for too long, but. This match,
I'm saying I'm putting my money down as Flair to retain, and a cash in.
Okay. So you're saying the overall winner in this match will be Carmella.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with you. I reckon Charlotte will win it, but I don't think Carmella's going to cash it in.
Okay.
I don't think she's going to cash it in. She might cash it in on SmackDown. She might cash it in now, but I don't think she's going to cash it in now. So there is. So if you get both of these right, that's 2 extra points for you. So if I get 1, so say if Charlotte Flair wins, but Carmella doesn't cash it in, you'll get 1 point. But if she cashes it in and Charlotte wins, you'll get 2 points. I'll only get 1. So there's a little disadvantage, but I'm so confident I don't need any advantages. He likes to cheat, you see. So yeah, that is my prediction. I don't see Natalia winning it soon. I think she's already had a kind of,
glory moment.
Glory moment, yeah.
Glorious.
Exactly. She might get it. She might get another chance very, very late on. But yeah. So moving on to the next championship match, it is AJ Styles and Singh Brothers versus Jinder Mahal and Singh Brothers.
Who knows?
You might have the Singh Brothers split up. You might have Sunil go to one, and then you might have the other one go to the other. You never know. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting match because there's been some very interesting twists happening over SmackDown most recently.
It's well done. It's been a well done.
Definitely, yeah. The Singh Brothers obviously asked to help AJ beat up on Jinder Mahal. So where did the Singh Brothers stand? Who knows? You might have them split up. You might have them both to go to AJ or both go to Jinder Mahal. You don't know, but it's definitely going to be interesting. I think this match might kind of steal the show. So who do you think is going to?
I'm going to still go with AJ Styles.
You reckon AJ to retain?
Yeah, I can't. I think that there's going to be. They've tried it with Jinder Mahal, and I just don't think it's worked. The audience never likes sort of. Yeah. I do respect him.
Yeah.
He does. He
especially for
amazing.
Where he was.
Yeah, with 3MB.
Like recently ago, like a couple of years ago, where he was. He was part of. Was he part of Nexus?
No, he wasn't part of Nexus. He was the 3-man band.
Oh yeah, with Heath Slater and was it Heath Slater?
Heath Slater and the one that's in NXT that's been injured.
Drew
McIntyre. He's on the way back. I've seen videos of him
that's
working
good.
out.
That's perfect. That was quite quick then.
He's still got his arm in like sort
Bandage.
of it's like
Like
you know, like sort of when they injure the leg. They
Oh,
have the,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
leg,
like the Stone
support.
Cold has.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he wrestles.
He's got one on his arm, keeping
Okay,
his
yeah.
arm in that position. So
Yeah, well, that's good today.
Yeah.
He might be on. He might come back earlier than I expected. Actually,
Yeah,
With it, I see this. I'm going to agree with you, but on one condition. I reckon the Singh brothers are going to cause an upset to Jinder Mahal. So I reckon the Singh brothers are going to beat up on AJ. But if they do this, it will make AJ retain the title. So it looks like they are on Jinder's side by beating AJ up.
Yeah.
But really, it causes Jinder Mahal to forfeit the match, doesn't it?
Yes.
And then you could have on SmackDown the Singh brothers come out with Jinder Mahal, and he asks the question of why they beat up on AJ for no reason, and they could say, well, he retains the title if he gets disqualified. Then you can have officially the Singh brothers move on to AJ, or you can have it something different. It would be a little bit weird seeing that, but you never know. You never know. But I still think AJ Styles is going to retain it. I don't think his title reign's over yet, but it can and probably will be soon over. Who wins it? Maybe Baron Corbin might go for it if you lose the US title.
Possibly. Yeah.
Who knows? But moving on to the last match.
Final match. It's going to be the showstopper. It's going to be the main event. It's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, with special guest referees Daniel Bryan and Shane O'Mac.
Yes.
Very weird.
As we talked about in the SmackDown reviews, this is well done. It's good to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the highlights. They've been pushed forward. They're not. They are. They're both good wrestlers. They really are, and not to keep on putting them on like sort of kick-off shows and
it's sad to see, isn't it?
Yeah,
They're both very, very talented wrestlers, and to see the journey both of them have been on is extraordinary.
If you think wrestling is a glorious, flamboyant lifestyle, it isn't. It only gets better when you get into the big league with the WWE. Most of these wrestlers have spent time sleeping in their cars, eating either the equivalent of pot noodles or super noodles. That's what they do, and that's what they have to do. Share meals, share rides. Half of them share like sort of hotel rooms. They get a hotel room with one bed and they all sleep on the floor. Crazy, but that's what you do to get through. I can see this is what I think is going to happen. It's going to start the match, and then Shane's going to start off official.
So he's going to be the main ref. Sorry.
Then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's going to start playing up a little bit. And Shane's going to get involved in the match more and more. That's going to get Daniel Bryan angry. Definitely. And then Daniel Bryan is going to cause Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura to lose.
Okay,
so I'm putting my name on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to win the match.
Okay, that was a very good. That's a very good theory of who you think's going to win. I think it's going to be like that, but it's going to be different. I think what's going to happen is you are going to have Shane McMahon start the match as the official ref. You're going to have Daniel Bryan on the outside officiating what happened, and then there's going to be some heated drama. Either there's going to be some heat drama between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They don't like the way that Shane McMahon's officiating the match, obviously because of what happened at Hell in a Cell and SummerSlam where AJ won. Was it SummerSlam or a pay-per-view that Kevin Owens lost? AJ, and that's where this rivalry came from anyway. And then you could have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn demand Daniel Bryan to come in the ring, or could knock Shane McMahon out, and then that's Shane McMahon out of the match, and Daniel Bryan's the official, and then you have Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura win, or you could have Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan kind of have some heated drama between these two, and they start to argue, and then they could either punch one of them or or something like that. So there's definitely going to be some tension between some, whether it's the two teams or whether it's the two officials. Yeah, two officials.
It would be good to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring, and I think that's why they're doing this like sort of tension between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon.
Because then it definitely could cause something, couldn't it? You could have, you could have further on in the future, you could have Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon come head to head, which we've already said on the SmackDown review. But I think I'm going to go with. I'm going to also go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to win. But what I think is going to happen is you're going to have Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan fight each other, like I said, and that kind of die down. But then you have, while they're arguing, you have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn play dirty, a little trick on Nakamura. You know, you could have a low blow, you could have a chair. You know, you could have some type of weapon that knocks Randy and Nakamura out completely, and then that's how you have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win the match. Yeah, while the two refs are distracted, and then you could have Randy Orton and Nakamura on SmackDown both speak to them and not be very happy with this. You don't know where it could go, but that's who I'm going to go with.
And that comes to the end. So we will see you. If our prediction comes right, we will do a video next week. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel. Also, we've got a Facebook page. The details will be at the bottom. Come along to that. We put up news feeds during the week. We put up polls. Anything, discussions. So yeah, if we'll do a video next Saturday. Next Saturday will be obviously just before Christmas Eve.
Yes, it will
be. We will be in our Christmas spirit.
It'll be Eve Christmas.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, maybe we should get some Santa hats as well to wear. If we have some.
I've got some Santa hats upstairs.
We could do that.
So we will see you next week. Sweet.